Welcome to the Virgin Diet Lifestyle Show with your host, celebrity nutrition and fitness expert and New York Times bestselling author, JJ Virgin.
I was speaking on a panel the other day, and one of the people on the panel was this guy who'd written the book, My Miracle Morning. And he was talking about that. I realized that this was just something that I'd kind of done instinctively, intuitively for years. And so I'm going to walk you through what My Miracle Morning is, and I want you to think about what you can do to set yourself up to have a great day. So the first thing that I do when I wake up, and I mean this is going to be like totally authentic, full disclosure. So I get up, I go pee. And the reason I tell you this is because my girlfriend, Dr. Shell from Houston, says, here's what you got to do. You got to do RPM in the morning. You rest, you pee, you meditate. So you get up, you go pee, and then you go back into bed and you meditate for about 5 minutes. So that's the first thing that I do. And then I grab my thyroid medication. I take thyroid Westheroid from Dr. Alan Christensen, and then I go get some bulletproof coffee. And then I go back to bed again. So I go back to bed with my bulletproof coffee, I get in bed, and I get in bed with my journal, and I intention. And here's what I do in that journal, and I think this is so critical because this really frames the day. As I start first with gratitude, and I will tell you that ever since the accident with my son, where he was the victim of a hit and run and survived, I mean, like every day to me is gratitude. I walk around, I see people struggling, people in wheelchairs, people, and I'm thinking, you know, we're so lucky. I feel so lucky. So every day starts with gratitude, and it starts with wins. And it really starts with, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? What are my goals? Personal, family, business. And I don't really, at first, I just let whatever's coming out, come out. And I just write it all down. It's almost like I'm just channeling this stuff. I have no idea where it's coming from. And then I get really structured with it because I have my goals for what I want to accomplish this day, this month, the 90-day goals, and then in life. And, so that all goes down too. So, I mean, and it's just a big lot of stuff. I just write it all in my journal. And interestingly enough, with my journal, because I've talked to people who saved all their journals and they look back, I actually don't do that. I actually fill up a journal and maybe this is crazy, but I then throw it away because I actually don't want to look back. I always want to be future driven. And I really look at what from my past do I need to bring to my present to achieve that future. So I'm just always looking at where am I now and then where am I going. Then once I've done that, because that really sets the tone for the day, frames everything, then I can look at what am I doing today, which I did the night before, by the way. I set what do I need to do for the day in my on a list from the night before, and I do my email and I clean out my inbox. Then I go and I have my morning shake. And let me tell you what I've been doing with my shake lately. And I'm always changing it up. But lately I've been using my all-in-one protein powder, and I've been doing some chocolate plant-based and some chocolate defatted beef. I do a scoop of each, some almond milk from So Delicious Dairy Free. I put in my extra fiber, a little bit of raw cacao nibs, and avocado. That has been my current favorite thing, and I make it super duper thick. I use a NutriBullet. And then, because I've learned how to behave myself now with almond butter, I'll do a scoop of almond butter in it. And I literally sit there and eat it like it's mousse, and that is my most favorite thing. So then I sit and I have my morning shake, and that's when I go and check out Facebook and Twitter and see what I need to respond to there. And then depending on the day, and every day is different here, but what I do is I really chunk my time. So I chunk my time into focus time where I'm writing or creating, and then telephone time where I'm talking with peers. And I tend to every week, I've got blocks of time for telephone time and interview times. And so every day is different, but I really think of things in terms of block time. And if I'm coming home from a trip, that day after the trip is my buffer day where I'm just running errands and getting through a lot of stuff. Ideally, in the morning, I get through a lot of that heavy lifting by 11 or 12 because that's when I like to go to the gym, and then I go and have lunch afterwards. And then after that, my best brain time is in the morning, and I want to make sure I'm using that time. And then in the afternoon, after the gym, grab some lunch, putter around, do some errands, and that's where I like to do more of the phone calls, not so much of the brain stuff, not that I'm not thinking, But again, the morning is really my miracle morning, stealing that term. So now I'm moving into the afternoon. If I can in the afternoon too and I'm home, I like to throw in a little extra burst session or go walk my dog. And then of course it's dinner time, hanging out with the family, putter around. If I can, I have got the coolest sunlight and sauna in my house. So 3 times a week when I'm home, I go and do my sunlight and sauna. Once or twice a month I do a massage. I realize now I'm in the evening time, but really what I want you to see is that the morning really set me up for an awesome day all night long. And then what I do at night to make sure I'm set up for that awesome day all night long, the next day, is that every night I look at what I need to accomplish that week and what I need to accomplish that next day. And one thing that I've gotten really good at is not overloading myself. It used to be that I gave myself so many things to accomplish that next day that I would just then get totally stressed out. I always have a sheet of things that I need to accomplish based on what I have for my 90-day goals. And I have 5 big projects that I do over 90 days. But then within that, I have what do I need to get done this week and what do I need to get done this day? And I can always grab more things, but I try to really look at what can I realistically get done this day so that I can celebrate those wins, right? So that every night you go, win, I got those things done. I feel accomplished, not like, okay, I never got this done because I overloaded myself. So every night I go through and plan my day for the next day before I take my hot bath and start to putter around and get myself ready for sleep. And again, that means at night, now I can celebrate, a day well lived, getting through everything, those wins, and be grateful for that. And of course, if I'm home, the last thing I do, take my bath and I say goodnight to my kids and get those hugs that raise the oxytocin and help lower those stress hormones. So again, it all starts with framing the right morning. And I want to really impress upon you here is that you control that morning. And it used to be that I'd wake up and I'd flip on the email and it'd be like, ah, no, don't do that. First thing you're going to do is wake up and remember, it's like sit down, do a little meditation, grab your intentioning, frame your day, and then go through what you're going to accomplish that day. Set yourself up, get a really good morning routine that supports your success all day long. It will help you change everything.
Ready to lose fat fast and keep it off forever? Discover the #1 resource for fast and lasting fat loss by visiting jjvirgin.com. Access exclusive videos, content-rich blog posts, and lots of free resources to help you lose weight and feel better fast. And be part of a community. Get ready to transform your life one simple shift at a time by visiting www.jjvirgin.com.